Haaland ship him? He can! Erling Haaland has scored for Manchester City! Fernandes plays one right into the centre. Maguire's header! Manchester United have won it at the tip! Again! Pulls the ball back. Big chance here for Bolton! Wonders with the third! Bailey with the shot! Oh, it's 5 for Stockport County! City's there! And there's a goal that Wigan also deserved. Right footed, low into the bottom corner. Oh, it's gone in! I do not believe it! And Oldham Athletic are back in the Football League. Here's a chance for Stockton, it's in! Salford City retake the lead.
Total Sport.
BBC Radio Manchester.
They've met 15 times in the last 12 years, and here we are again in the Champions League. Manchester City head to Real Madrid with the Spanish Giants in poor form and their manager Xabi Alonso under big pressure. Pep Guardiola knows what that feels like.
Of course I have sympathy because we were together 1 year and a half, 2 years. It was an incredible experience. Barcelona Madrid are the toughest opponents, the toughest clubs I would say, to be a manager.
More from the City boss on the way before kick-off. The Blues need a win to get back inside that all-important top 8, and captain Bernardo Silva says they're ready to go and make a statement.
I really believe that the team is prepared to perform well and to get the 3 points, which is, as I said, the main goal.
Commentary on the way from 8 o'clock then on 95.1 FM, digital radio and BBC Sounds. We're off to the Bernabeu in a second. We're also at Boundary Park 2 as Oldham play Walsall in League 2, plus Manchester United's women take on Lyon in the Women's Champions League at the Leigh Sports Village. There's a very busy night on the way.
Total Sport. BBC Radio Manchester.
Yes, good evening from Mark Crossley. So Pep Guardiola and Xabi Alonso know each other so well from their time together in Germany at Bayern Munich. Can Guardiola's City turn up the heat on the Real Madrid boss with 3 points in the Spanish capital tonight? He's stuck with the same team that beat Sunderland 3-0 at the Etihad on Saturday. The Blues will have Donnarumma in goal, Matthias Diaz, Vardy, and O'Reilly across the back, Nico, Bernardo and Phil Foden in midfield, with Ryan Cherky and Jeremy Doku supporting Erling Haaland up top. Lots of speculation about the fitness of Kylian Mbappe. He is only fit enough to be on the bench for Madrid tonight, but Jude Bellingham does play. Commentary on the way then from 8 o'clock here on Total Sport. Much closer to home though, Oldham Athletic need a response after back-to-back defeats in the league and the FA Cup. The Latics are in action tonight against Walsall at Boundary Park in League 2. And watching this one for us, good evening to Jack Dearden.
Yes, good evening, Mark. Welcome along, folks. Could be a tough task this for the Latics tonight against tabletop-in Walsall. They make 4 changes from the side that went out of the FA Cup at MK Dons on Saturday. Different looking strike force as well up top. It's Quigley and Fondop. They replace Mellon and Drummond. Caprice and Stevens also drop to the Oldham bench, and Sutton and Hannon also start for the Latics tonight. And they're the only 2 sides in this division. Oldham and Walsall have yet to drop a single point so far from a winning position in League 2. So you suspect that something's got to give tonight.
You do, Jack, thank you. Manchester United's women also in action as they take on Lyon in the Women's Champions League at the Leigh Sports Village. The Reds are guaranteed a spot in at least the playoffs, but victory tonight would go a long way to securing a place in the top 4. 5 changes for United to the side that beat West Ham on Sunday. Gabby George, Lisa Narsland, Simi Awijo, Frederica Rolfo and Rachel Williams all come into the starting 11 that Mark Skinner has named this evening. So welcome along then. Should be a fun night. Real Madrid against Manchester City is the most played Champions League fixture over the past decade or so, and it is the only place to start tonight. We'd love to get your views on the City team. You're happy with an unchanged side? Let us know. WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Mank. You can text 81333 and also tweet at BBC RM Sport. I should say post on X, shouldn't I? Not tweet. Old habits. At BBC RM Sport on X to get in touch. Right, I've been speaking to your commentary team tonight in the Spanish capital, the former Real Madrid, Spurs and Newcastle defender Jonathan Woodgate and John Murray. All the talk coming into this one has been about the future of Xabi Alonso. So I started by asking John how big tonight is for the Real Madrid boss.
Yeah, it's. I have to say, Mark, the feel is completely different to when we were here in February. And remember, Manchester City then were right up against it, weren't they, in the second leg of that playoff tie, and eventually got knocked out. And were outclassed really by Real Madrid over the two matches. And you know, of course, that was part of the context of what happened to Manchester City last season. This now, even though it's only really a matter of months later, Manchester City in a much better place, but Real Madrid. I mean, things have unravelled here to an extent that I was kind of aware of, but it's only when you're here and you're in the middle of it. I mean, it was like a frenzy last night, and all of the talk was that Xabi Alonso is not long for this job.
Jonathan, you know what it's like to be in that cauldron as a Real Madrid player. You had so many managers yourself during your time there. How vulnerable do you think is Xabi Alonso right now? And also, do you think it's fair that he's seen as vulnerable?
He is vulnerable, there's no getting away from that, and I think it's really unfair, but that is the club Real Madrid. I mean, they can get rid of the manager at the drop of a hat. If some players don't get on with the manager, the president soon finds out, and then the manager obviously goes. I hope it doesn't happen, because I think he's such a talented manager. The job he did at Bayer Leverkusen was really, really good, and he's only been in this job 6 months. Managers need time, and I just hope he gets it.
We always hear about the pressure of playing for a Manchester City, a Manchester United, a Liverpool in the Premier League. Just put it in perspective for us, having been out there and played out there. Does Real Madrid just blow them all out the water?
Yeah, I think it does. I'm a bit biased. I've played for this incredible football club, but it's a huge club. It's the biggest club in world football. I mean, even at training, there can be 30 to 40 cameras there on a daily basis. So that just brings the pressures. And you know, these fans here in Madrid are very, very demanding, and they want the best no matter what, and they want to win every game. If they lose a game, it's a crisis.